What's up? We're live. Welcome in to another episode of Snuffing Torches, Survivor 48, episode 6 recap. Got myself, Nate, John, Rich, Clemmer. Merge episode. Well, kind of weird. Was like, is it the merge? Is it not the merge? Tonight was the merge episode for all intents and purposes. Thought it was fine. You know, not the craziest merge episode we've ever seen. I think we're coming off a string of some really good episodes. I thought tonight was fine, but I feel like that's how I feel a lot of the ways in that first merge vote. Like, there's the one in Cagayan where it was like the split where Sarah got blindsided. It was between her and Cass. But I think for the most part, they're kind of chaos and up in the air because you have 12, 13 people trying to figure things out. But yeah, fine episode. I think we're set up for a good. We didn't lose a big character tonight. We just lost the absolute hated Charity.
Despicable person.
Yeah.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, but the set of Tribal always looks so cool when there's so many people there. It just looks so epically large and big. And even they showed a shot of them kind of looking around. I love that. Like that little detail. It's so much better than when there's 4 people sitting there.
There was one major development today, Tommy. Today's the day where Star Toomey became a star.
Star is born. I think
a star was
born.
Absolutely amazing episode from her, from beginning to end. I don't know if I could be any bigger on the Star bandwagon right now.
I am too. I'm just looking at Star Updates, our favorite Twitter account, and they just had the update. Her episode merged.
No question.
On fire. Star's torch has finally gotten fire.
They just finally put the camera on her. That's all we needed. It was a little bit of a joke last week when we were talking about Star, but now after that episode, that was just like, this fucking Star is here. She's incredible.
She came off genuinely likable.
Yeah, like likable. Yes. Yeah, it's like
very likable.
We weren't high on her the first episode, maybe the second episode either, and maybe she's just settled in, and maybe they just gave her some good camera cuts. But yeah, she's
all about it.
She's a megastar. She's awesome.
Yeah, I thought she had a good episode. I think that Kyle, David, I kind of like some of their bromance, the bromance forming. I don't know if anyone else really stuck out tonight. It was pretty clear.
One person stuck out as could go down as the worst player or just biggest dweeb. I don't even know what to call him. Cedric.
Oh no.
I still like Cedric.
He is a mess.
Not a great challenge performance from him. Broke down in tears before our queen mother quaked over, and Star really lifted his spirits.
Tommy, he's the epitome of every player that you hate.
But it's so pathetic that it's fun.
Okay, so he's one of those for you. He's gone off the. Okay, got it. He's worse than Roxroy. He's bad at everything. His voting record's bad. His challenge record's bad. His social game is bad. He's just bad at this game, but it's very watchable in the way you're saying, Tommy.
Hold on. I want to address this. Oh, wait, wrong thing. I hope Tommy figured out tonight isn't a merge because the person voted out didn't make the jury. Hey, Jay Tucci, the merge doesn't start when people make the jury. That's not what the merge is. There's plenty of times where the merge starts, they do a couple votes, and then the jury begins. So that's not why this, you can't say, oh, it's not the merge because no one in the jury. You're an idiot, Jay Tucci.
It's the definition of a merge.
They literally merged.
This was a merge. Like, that was the thing to me. Like, I don't know why they didn't call it a merge. Now, in the past, they've had mergatory where, it's like 6 people versus 6 people. One tribe wins, the other 6 go. The other 6 vote someone or able to be voted out, but everybody votes. That I understand is not a true merge. Tonight, there were 13 people on the same tribe. One of them had immunity, and everybody was able to vote. That's the merge. That's just the merge. Like, I don't know why they decided to not call it the merge. And also, for people who are saying, oh, the jury is going to start next week, it's actually not, because there's 12 people left, and assuming they're doing a final 3, you can't do a jury of 9 people because that would give you an unbreakable tie of 3 versus 3 versus 3. So I actually think the jury won't start next week either, and then it'll start the week after that. So that's on that, J2G2.
You know what else happened was 3 tribes became one. They literally merged into one tribe, thus making tonight the merge episode.
This is the definition.
And someone did say, and I saw someone tweet it too, is that they did like put merged beach day 13 on the screen at some point. So I mean, it is just funny that chat, like it's always a thing in Survivor being like, did you make the merge? I can't date someone who didn't make the merge. Like that was a Survivor 27 thing when I think it was Kat and Hayden. Shaq.
Oh, really?
Like Kat was like, he's not going to want to date me if I don't make the merge. Like it was blood versus water. And
you can't come on Snuffing Torches if you don't make the merge.
Yeah, you don't get to come on.
Well,
and
probably so.
No.
Oh, where the hell?
Nate got pissed. Nate didn't like this talk.
Yeah. But so the fact that Charity essentially can't say I made the merge is very funny.
And no one on that beach is gonna vouch for her either.
No, they're gonna be like, no, she didn't make the merge.
No, yeah. I don't know if I've seen such simmering quiet hatred as I did with Charity. Even like when she tried to tell jokes during Tribal, people just gave her no reaction.
We're kind of owed an explanation. Like I need somebody to come out of Survivor and like give us a story or give us a little bit of something.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, clearly there's something about her. Sorry, Yankees just hit a 3-run
Volpe at home.
4-3. But I will say overall, I actually liked how I mean, I don't know why they didn't call it the merge, but I liked how they did this. I liked this more than when it's like, obviously you liked it more than the hourglass, but I liked it more than when it was like 6 versus 6 and half the people are immune. I like this, just good old fashioned merge. I do miss the merge feast where like everybody gets to eat and it's like very celebratory and some people get drunk and maybe they tell some secrets. But overall, I'm fine with the format they did tonight. I just wish they called it a merge.
Yeah.
Didn't
good
they do
challenge
this last
too.
season?
I like the way they did the challenge with the merge.
Someone in the chat could fact check. I don't think they did it exactly like this last.
We did. And I thought we had the same exact reaction.
Maybe we did. Maybe we're deja vu right now.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Oh God. Am I dying?
All right, we'll go through chronologically. So fallout from the last vote. I know we were like, did Cedric and Chrissy not have time to tell Mitch and Say? Did we just not see it? Turns out, yeah, he did not have time to tell Say and Mitch. Say is pissed. He's like, how many times is Cedric going to betray me like this? To Cedric's defense, like, I almost wonder if he told Chrissy without cameras. Like, was it so fast that he told her, like, as they were leaving the beach or getting on a bus or something? Because they maybe didn't have footage of it, unless they just didn't show it, which is possible. Like, I almost wonder if no, they didn't show Cedric telling Chrissy.
No.
You're right. That wasn't okay.
It wasn't shown at all because we talked about it last week. Like we were kind of blindsided a little bit.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. But it just adds to the Say versus Cedric.
The Say versus Cedric thing cracks me up so much because it just speaks to both of them, because Cedric is just so dumb, and for some reason the one person he keeps insisting on trying to like hitch his wagon to somehow is Say. And then Say, who the entire beach hates, like the one person just like for some reason begging to work with her. She's just trying to get rid of him so fast.
Well, so he kept
hilarious dynamic.
He kept her in the game after voting against her twice because of they agreed to kumbaya, like God knows what reason, honestly. And now he thinks that they're best friends, and she doesn't give a fuck about him.
And then she ended up voting for him tonight.
Yeah, which is fucked like herself over.
Yeah, I was just saying
for no reason. It almost cost her.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so funny. Like the one person that like you need a number. You need one number, Say. God damn it. And he's just right there.
Yeah, I love their little storyline. Just destined to fight forever. But then Say was like, "Oh, all right, never mind. You actually saved me tonight." Like Cedric was like, "I literally saved you from going home, and you're still mad at me."
It is crazy that no one told Say to vote for who went home.
Bianca?
No, Charity.
Oh yeah, like tonight. You mean?
They probably did. Yeah. Like I guess just no one trusts her.
I feel like she was told to vote Charity.
And she said, "Fuck you, I'm voting Cedric." Maybe
she might have. If I'm guessing here, maybe she knew Charity was voting for her and was protecting against an idol or something. I was like, I'll just throw my old pal Cedric under the bus. But I feel like she was definitely in conversations to have Charity be voted out.
Yeah, she was at the meal. And they
yeah.
whole
Yeah.
So we get the merge, some reunions. I thought it was very funny how Say was like, me and Mary are really friends now. Like we hit it off, and Mary's like, I can't believe I have to fucking see Say again. Like I have a pit in my stomach just having to be near her. We had the advantage is hidden somewhere around camp. Charity finally thinks she has her moment. She sees it. Say swoops right in and grabs it right before her. Absolutely classic Charity.
Classic Say, classic Charity, classic Survivor.
We got Joe and David bonding over drinking a whole gallon of milk a day. I was kind of laughing. Like they were all kind of making fun of them. They were like, these two, like, you believe they drink all that milk? Look at their fucking bodies.
Yeah.
Look at you, all you scrawny losers. Like you, and maybe everyone should drink a gallon of raw whole milk a day.
That was my immediate thought. Like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
I was also surprised Eva was like, how do you have room in your fridge for this? No,
yeah.
How small is your fridge, Eva? Like, it's a gallon of milk. Like, even if you buy like 3, you still have plenty of room.
Yeah, and he was like, I have a 1 in, 1 out policy. I keep 2. I run to the store.
Makes sense.
Yeah, maybe we all gotta start drinking milk.
I can't.
Tommy, I feel like
that's why I look the way I do. Like, this is proof you should drink a gallon of milk.
Tommy,
I can't drink milk, and I look like this. Don't worry about me.
You definitely grew up drinking milk at dinner.
No, not at dinner, but I did drink a lot of milk when my grandma and my Aunt Melly would watch me. They would always say, drink your milk, drink your milk.
Oh.
I thought for sure your mom.
I'd have a glass of milk every day when I got home from school with some cookies.
What would you have in the Smokes household? 2% whole? What was it?
I think usually 2%.
Yeah, I think that's the standard milk.
Yeah, whatever the standard was. We were a standard milk house.
Okay.
So pretty quickly, early on in this merge tribe, we see a 5-some form where Joe and David, the milk boys, they're like, look, I'm tired of Survivor being all the athletic guys getting voted out. Let's not just be shields. Let's make an alliance. So Joe, David, Eva, Shaheen, and Kyle form a 5-some of like, we're some of the 5 most athletic. I did think like Star is a former basketball player. Like if we're doing all the athletic threats, Star should be in there, but they're basically like, let's form an alliance on loyalty, and we don't have to make big moves just to make big moves. Now I know some people are
Tommy, no. It's the persecuted athletic male. That's why they
put him. That's really what it is. In Survivor, there's nothing worse than being an athletic male.
I mean, honestly.
Now I will say, people, and I see someone in the chat, Allie, like David saying he doesn't want backstabbing. This is Survivor. I saw some people being like, I don't want this integrity bullshit.
Yeah,
I disagree. Like having an alliance is good in Survivor. Like I almost think it gets like the game has gotten so deep and so analytical where people overthink it so much that, you know, I saw a clip the other day of Jay voting out Michaela in Survivor Millennials versus Gen X, which was just like a dumb game move. He voted out a good ally early in the game just to have like the big move blindside on his resume. I do agree that in modern Survivor, I like it as a viewer, the blindsides. I think as a player, blindsides are not always a good like sometimes just having an alliance that you trust, sticking with them is kind of good. Like that's probably how you should play Survivor. And then later in the game, you can maybe cut one of them, but there's no reason to make big move when there's 10, 11 people, 12 left in the game.
Yeah, the point of the blind side is it's always the best. Let's say you have an alliance of 5. One person's always going to be at the bottom. They don't know they're at the bottom.
Right.
That's when the blind side works. And that person at the bottom has to recognize they're at the bottom and switch to another alliance, be at the top of that alliance, and blindside someone else. That's when blind sides work, not when there's 13 people left. You're just voting against your own self-interest at that point.
Exactly.
But they do seem to be kind of talking it up in a way though that like they want to like make a point or something, or like take it to the end in a way that I don't think is even possible. Like something's going to happen. Like they're going to end up backstabbing each other, and it'll probably make the backstabbing even better. Honestly,
if there's 13 people, okay, if there's 11 people left, whatever, and you have 6 people, you should just you should put all your differences aside. If you just have 6 people, you should always run with those 6, like just strength in numbers. And people always fuck that up out of ego or pettiness or scared, whatever. But the most boring seasons, but the strongest alliances are when they do that.
But I think my issue with it, because I was like, all right, like they're trying to do it from some like moral subjective of like, oh, we are going to do it the right way, the better way. We're the better people. And also like, you're full of shit. Because once you get down to 5 or 6, you're all going to have to eat your own anyway. So like, don't play this moral high ground when eventually.
I disagree, Plummer. I think that if that's your way of selling it, like, hey, we're going to play it the right way and we're going to play it together the right way, whatever way you want to brand an alliance, fine. That's the way they're choosing to brand it. I think that's I don't think that's a bad way of branding it. If you want to play it the right way, you're with us. If not,
what if you believe that? What if you're not? Like, so Kyle, I think, is with you, Nate, like saying like, all right, I'm gonna say this to go on and get along.
Yeah,
like these
guys right. But someone like Joe, who's a firefighter and is all about like loyalty, and he's like, I'd rather help somebody than win $1 million. Like to him, yeah, you could say that he's dumb for thinking that. That's fair. But if you know, hey, this is going to make Joe want to work with me, I'm going to say all this shit. You just got to tell people what they want to hear.
But that's not what Joe, that's not what David are saying. Joe and David believe like this is the better way. Our way is the right way. That's why I give Kyle a lot of credit, because Kyle is savvy enough to be like, yeah, sure, the right way. But then meanwhile, I was like, this fucking idiot.
Yeah. But you know what I would love what I would want to do if I heard two meatheads like that talking about how they don't want to break an alliance and they want to go deep with you. You know what I'd do? I'd align with them right away. I'd be like, if these idiots are never going to backstab me, like I'm going to ride with them as long as possible. I think they're better allies than, a strategic, like they were saying, the puzzle maker, the strategist, etc.
Completely agree. I think we all agree on the same thing. My only issue was like kind of the moral high ground. I was like, all right, relax.
Yeah. There's kind of the what is like the piss on your leg and tell you it's raining thing. Like you're not going to do that in the long run.
Clemmer, if you're in the game and you see someone who's willing to take that moral high ground and play it the right way, you want that person on your side because they're the easiest person to vote out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, they're not going to put a vote on you, so you can be like, "Hey, guess what? This dummy's never going to vote for us. We're going to vote him out when we don't need him anymore."
But they also will.
No argument here.
Eventually.
Yep, I think it's
I just think overall, like, I agree with what you're saying, Clemmer. Like, yeah, if you're playing that way because you actually want to prove a point, that's obviously stupid. But like, I do think there is an element where it almost is like sports, where like analytics sometimes go so far that you forget. Like, I know this isn't, I don't want to have this argument on this podcast with Clemmer, but to me, it's almost like baseball where like analytics have gone so far that we forgot that like getting hits is a good thing. Like batting average, I know it's not the end all be all stat, but like getting hits is good. Having an alliance is good.
Yes,
sure. I mean, you're dumbing it down because that's
I know there's OBP, right. there's better ways, but I do think overall.
What Tommy's saying is you can't win a baseball game without getting a hit, and you can't win Survivor without someone you can trust.
Not getting a hit. It's happening.
Yeah. Clemmer, come on.
You can't win Survivor without like lying to somebody.
That's right. I think, right? Has that ever happened before? Has anyone played a truly honorable game?
I would say,
most honorable game. I'd like to see some stats on that.
I would like to see the analytics of who played the most honorable game. I think there's always been a time when someone had to cut someone that they told they wouldn't.
Yeah, it would have to be early. I'm trying to not Brian Heidick, not Richard. I mean, Richard Hatch, though, like, I know people are like, oh, he's such a fucking snake, but like he got an alliance of 4 people and took them all the way to the end.
Right.
Like that was, I almost wonder if Survivor will eventually, it's gone from basic 4 of us, let's all vote together, to the most extreme alliances, voting blocks, flipping every time, to like, will it eventually start to go back to like, wait, maybe alliances were a good thing.
Austin is a good one. Tom Westman, who's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chat's saying Coach, Natalie White, season 19.
Well, Coach never won.
Coach never won.
Oh, that's true. Ethan, season 3. Tom.
Ethan, yeah.
Gabler never lied. Gabler never lied. That's
Gabler never lied.
Gabler never lied.
Gave all his money to charity.
Well, he lied about being a surgeon when he was a door-to-door salesperson.
He was a medical.
Besides that, never lied.
Medical device salesman.
Gabler's the answer.
Rob. I actually think Boston Rob, like All Stars, he was cutting people's throats left and right. Obviously, Lex, Big Tom, all that. But Redemption Island, I feel like, he just kind of took his crew with him. Like he took that crew of like Natalie, Phillip. Like that is like what we're saying. It's boring Survivor, but it's good. It's the right way to play. Same thing with Kim in One World. She had just a dominant alliance that she just like led around. Like it is a good way to play. It just doesn't make for great TV, obviously. Oh, Rob did do Matt dirty. That's right. Anyway, that's just a bit of an aside, but that's what we do on Snuffing Torches. We break down the game.
We're crazy like that.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. So challenge.
Capitals.
I feel like we've seen this exact challenge this season. Have we not? The puzzle, the mud. Like this.
No,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't mud. It was like ashes and bark or whatever they called it.
Yeah,
it was mud at first.
Oh, it was definitely mud. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but then they
got
the exact same challenge, like
the wood shavings on them.
I think that last puzzle was the exact puzzle they did like recently. No?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe more than once.
It's all the same.
I mean, whatever.
I like the ball on the stick.
Past the idea of that all it's going to be is crawling through a net and a puzzle, we'll be at peace. If we can just.
And honestly, none of it usually matters. You get because it's almost always sort of a dead heat, more or less, until they get to the puzzle. The puzzle is all that matters anyway. The rest of it's just extra.
No, besides amputee who got stuck in the net. That was tough.
True.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Mary. Did you see Mary get through the mud?
Oh, I was very impressed by that.
Oh my God.
She did something last week too in a challenge with like the tilted thing and just like ripped through it like way quicker than everyone else. She's crazy. She kind of just challenged.
I like Mary a lot.
She seems well liked on the beach too. Her name didn't come up once.
I had her as a winner pick. I think she could do something.
She's got a shot. Teams are broken up to orange was Joe, Shaheen, Mitch, Cedric, Eva, Charity, purple, Kyle, Chrissy, Camilla, Mary, David, Star, and then Say was able to sit out and advance automatically to the individual challenge. The which tribe? Purple tribe won. So then I didn't mind the individual challenge. 7 people, ball on a stick, like that. To me, I always I think we're all in agreement. We always like individual challenges more than the tribal challenges. Yeah. I thought Star was going to pull it out. I thought our girl Star was going to pull it out. Fought tooth and nail, but Kyle ends up winning it at the end. Which I always wonder, like, it's nice to have the first merge, not merge, whatever, first individual challenge, but it does immediately put a target on your back, especially when you look at Kyle. Now, maybe they have this meathead alliance, it won't matter, but it does always, like, right off the bat, you're like, well, this guy's good at challenges.
Yeah. He's got a few other people, though, too, with more muscles. So he still might not be the number one target. There's a lot of good challenge people. Mitch kind of crushed it. Like, he's very good at challenges.
Yeah, he's been really
stuck out today.
So he wins that. They do the merge feast. Star throws out Charity's name. Star's like, my brother-in-law said, don't throw out any names. I don't care. I'm throwing out a name. I'm throwing out Charity. They're talking information about Eva having the idol that Star gave her. Oh, that I guess mentioned earlier in the episode. Charity was like trying to get Star to get her idol back from Eva, which honestly, smart game move from Charity.
Like, yeah, and she's right. Like, a Star should not have given that idol up. Like, she's 100% right, and Star's never going to make it happen.
I know we were saying last week. We were saying last week, is there going to be an element now where people are almost like afraid to bring Eva's name up because of that moment? Charity, no fear. Maybe that's why nobody likes her and she got voted out. But Charity, it was like, Eva's got a great ally in Joe and she's got an idol. We need to get her out of here.
I thought that was the more interesting part of that whole segment last week was how it affects gameplay. And if you like, it's still Survivor and you still have to play the game correctly. And if I don't want to use this phrase and have it being taken the wrong way, if you lay it on too thick, people are going to hold that against you. And I feel
I think it's about like, it's like you obviously it's something, but I think tonight kind of proved I don't think anyone's going to be like, let's just hand Eva $1 million. Like, I think even the fact that Charity put her name out there quickly, I mean, I know it didn't work and she got voted out, but like, I think it at least proves that people aren't like, let's just give Eva $1 million.
She's getting real confident too. Like, she, I can see her kind of overplaying it pretty quick. Like, she's going to become a target.
Yeah, she's already
kind of was a minor one today, you could argue.
Yeah. Her name was brought up like, sorry, go ahead, Comer.
I was going to say, we got to really give it up for Star, though. So here's what happens. We have Charity go to Star and say, hey, give Eva. Not only does that anger Star so much that she says no, but she goes and tells Eva.
Yeah.
Star just, once again, being a stand-up great person.
I mean, really think about
games,
the
that's the team
Godfather
that-
episode that Star had tonight. Her tribe won the feast. They all sit down. They break bread at the feast. Star says, "Charity goes home tonight." Guess who goes home? Charity. She sat
I
on
like
the
this
Star
concept.
ledger. Wow, that actually wasn't even a pun, but put that on like Star's ledger. But yeah, the Star ledger. That's Star's move.
I was a little upset with like after Star went and told Eva that, and then when Joe's talking about the idol with Eva, they never mentioned Star in their alliance, which I think is maybe a little shitty. I feel like they should include Star in that alliance, considering she just gave the idol to Eva. I would like Eva to be a little bit more appreciative of Star's idol.
And she is like athletic. Like she's an athletic. I mean, you saw today finished second. Like
she's a good asset. They should include Star.
If you want honest challenge threats, I think Star is like the ideal person.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they seems like Charity's a target. Say gets back. She's bragging about all the food they ate. Just classic Say. No consideration for another human ever.
Somebody always does that.
Yeah. She's truly, we say this, but you talk about people you don't want to be literally stranded on a desert island with. Say has got to be high on the top of the list. And for that reason, people were kind of like,
right. There's a comment in chat that made me laugh. Oh, yeah. Say lifting off every single food at the merge feast after skipping the challenge. Very funny.
Yeah, she's awesome. I did think it was funny when Charity had a confessional where she was like, Say just isn't likable enough. Like there's always someone on Survivor just isn't likable enough. Meanwhile, Charity was like the most hated person by all of her other castmates, kind of pot me kettle.
I'm having deja vu. We talked about Marianne the same way we're talking about Say.
It was different. Marianne was
angry. Say is angry.
Not even
right. Mary was like annoying, but like you could mistake it as endearing.
Oof.
Mary was like
childish, if that's what
like trying. Mary was trying to be like nice. Say's not like trying to be nice,
right? Yeah, but like we're talking about her in the same like no chance of winning. Everybody doesn't like her. People were annoyed by her way. Like I'm having crazy deja vu.
We were annoyed by Marianne. I don't know if like that many people in the game were. Maybe
Jonathan definitely was.
I was gonna say Jonathan, I think was, but I think it was different. Yeah, Marianne was nice. She was just annoying. I think that Marianne was a different cup of tea.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying we're talking about her and her chances and how she's disliked in a similar fashion.
Maybe from a chances standpoint.
I don't like watch her just fucking run the game.
I don't know. It seems different.
She keeps surviving. How many tribals has she survived? All of them?
So many.
No, there was
10.
This is her 5th, right? Because the 3 from her original tribe, the last one, and now tonight.
All right. Seems like it's been like every episode.
My favorite thing about Cedric is he's voted for more people than there's been tribal councils.
Yeah, I think 7th person he's voted for.
Adam.
King.
God,
that's
awesome. Hard to do.
It is literally almost impossible.
Yeah, that is.
I think it's easier to win a game without getting a hit than to do that.
Yeah.
That is
yeah. Another thing that made me laugh was when Mary was like, she's telling Joe, she's like, Say is dangerous, like she's like a snake in the grass, like Charity's a turtle. Just another insult hurled towards Charity's way. But yeah, it seemed like, I mean, it's always hard, and I'm sure the editors have a hard time to kind of understand the story of the merge vote because you got 13 different voices, but they did a pretty good job setting up of it's going to be Say or Charity. We don't know how they'll split them. There's the concern of, so the Siva 6, the Orange Tribe, they still have all their 6. I thought Shaheen did a good job kind of clocking that the most, where he was always like, listen, I know Say's annoying and she's dangerous, but we don't want the chance of like a Siva 6 to run the game. So I thought that was a good play by him. I don't think that would have happened. Like, I feel like they're kind of fractured already, but I think that was a good game awareness by Shaheen to always be pointing that out.
Can I just bring up a Say thing that bothered me?
Yeah.
So the boat, before when they were getting the notification that basically they were going to merge, that boat comes by and the boat's giving Say something and she's yelling at the guy in the boat, hurry up, hurry up. A, there's no reason to hurry. B, that's rude. The guy's doing his best. He's getting to you. It was just like a perfect encapsulation of like why this person sucks. Like being shitty to someone for no reason, being like ordering them around. I just hate her.
Queen.
Yeah, you just don't like Mother Queen Quakes. That's on you.
I don't like Say.
No, I do not either. So yeah, set up. It's going to be one of them two. Go to tribal council. Nothing really crazy. I thought Say was going home. The way they revealed the vote.
That was dirty, Jeff.
Charity. It was 7 votes Charity, 5 votes Say, 1 vote Cedric. The one Cedric vote coming from Say, which is hysterical. I don't know I watched the the after who voted for who. I don't think it's worth breaking it down because if I had to guess, they just decided to split it up. That would kind of be my thinking, and I don't know how exactly they decided that, but I think the 5 strong we want to call that is still together. I don't think they all voted together, but I think that they're still together.
They definitely split it in case of another, because look how even it was split too. Like there was definitely planning going on with that we just weren't shown. It actually would have been there's 13 left. It would have been 7-6 if it wasn't for Say going rogue with Cedric. So 7-5. That can't be an accident.
Yeah. Well, also Say was kind of going for Eva as well at one point. Say was going for Eva as well too. So it's hard to there's not clear people on the out. There's not even really clear alliances formed yet. I mean, you could say the 5 is an alliance, but from a voting perspective, we haven't seen those 5 are together. Like within the game, I feel like if you're playing right now, it's very fluid. It's more which I think was smart. Let's take the easy votes. Nobody likes Charity. Nobody likes Say. It could almost be smart to first 2 votes while we kind of find our footing of who's aligned with who in this post-merge world. Let's just get rid of the easy votes.
We're seeing some mini alliances like Kyle and Camilla.
Yeah.
But it starts like a block alliance, not really.
Right. I mean, it's we can't point and be like these 2 alliances are going at each other yet.
Correct.
Kyle was smart though. It seems like he didn't tell Camilla about the 5-person jock alliance or whatever you want to call it, and he didn't tell them about her. They really are a good undercover duo.
I just laugh when I see the name Chrissy. I forgot she existed till Nick Firmstone said, "Who the fuck is Chrissy aligned with?" I just chuckled. It's like, oh yeah, she is. She was on the TV today. She was there.
She was talking to Charity about when Charity was giving up whoever's idol. She was in conversation, I think, with her and Star, perhaps. I was trying to pick out an alliance there early on, and then I realized it was nothing. So
yeah, I guess if you wanted to say. There's the 5-person alliance between David, Joe, Eva, Shaheen, and Kyle. You would say Kyle is close to Camilla.
Mm-hmm.
You would say Chrissy and Mitch are kind of on their own, kind of on the outs from the original Siva, maybe. Mitch is really kind of on the outs now. He was closest with Charity.
How did he end up on
Cedric is doing God knows what. Say is kind of on an island where nobody really likes her. Mary is kind of on an island as well, I would say. We didn't really see her get set with an alliance. Nobody came for her, and then who's the 12th person? Oh, and Star. Star is also doing God knows what. So that 5-person alliance could kind of run the game because you have a few people who are doing God knows what.
But I think Star thinks she's with Eva.
Yeah. So she probably thinks she's with Joe and Eva.
Yeah.
So that 5-some is set up to do some real damage.
Yeah.
If you take out Say, I would take out Say first because she, I think, is a fighter and could put something together. Mary would probably be someone I would target because I think she's strategic as well. But if you could just chug along your 5 and you're dragging Chrissy, Cedric, and Star along with you, you're in a good spot.
Watch out for Mitch.
He
seems like he's likable enough where his name was never brought up. They hate Charity. They seem to like Mitch. And now he's pissed off. You could see he was visibly upset after that vote. So he could and I think he's likable enough where he could do some damage.
I like him. I agree he's likable. I think he unfortunately might be in trouble because of exactly what you just said, where he's one of the only threats to that 5-some. If he's not in the alliance, they're all right, he's good in challenges. Mm-hmm. He's likable. He can get allies. He's one person that could almost rally that ragtag team together.
Yeah.
So he would
He's
be
the only
our
person I
star
think you
player.
can.
Yeah. I mean, nothing against our queen star, but she's being fooled. She's being bamboozled right now.
For now, she'll figure it out.
Okay.
She'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, Charity goes home. We got those 12. Do updated, I guess. What do we got? Winner pick. Anything else from the episode? Stuck out. Let's scroll through my notes too.
Jeff was doing some bits during the challenge.
Yeah.
And the tribal.
Dancing.
Oh, yeah,
I did write
tribal.
Cedric is pathetic.
Yeah, the Cedric just stepping on Joe's neck was brutal. Eva's got a taste of Eva's got a real taste of power now. She is she's a problem. I'm kind of starting to be anti-Eva.
You are anti-Eva. You hate Eva.
I want to go hate, but I'm starting
You're like
to see her.
I'm definitely
I'm starting to see her in a different lens.
You're anti-Eva too?
Yeah.
We knew that.
Yeah, I haven't hid that at all.
Yeah.
I don't like the way she's a little dismissive of Star.
Yeah, but she got the idol now, so Star is our star.
Also,
but
Eva's
better not fuck over Star.
Eva's talking too much for like the power that she should have in the game.
That's what I'm saying. She can maybe unravel. She's a little unraveling a little bit. She heard her name thrown out. It's like, oh, we need Say immediately now.
Yeah.
She's
yapping a lot. Like
she could have fucked up that vote. I thought there was a chance that when she was talking to Joe, I almost thought there was a chance she was going to be like, we all got to go rogue and vote out Say.
I thought it was going to work.
Cedric
didn't play right.
Single-handedly lost 3 challenges. Cedric just loses his tribe challenges, goes to tribal, votes, flips it, rolls a dice for who he's going to vote for, and moves on to the next week.
I will say, it must suck. I mean, he's been there for 2 weeks. He must just be so sad, like your whole life leading up to this, and you literally just playing the worst possible, and you have to know it at some level. Like, I'm playing a terrible.
He's gonna survive though. He's gonna stick around for a minute.
He has a strong chance. He has a better chance of making the final 3 than anybody else on this show.
Chrissy.
No, it's a battle between them. Like they are just battling it out for that 3rd spot.
Cedric, I almost could see quitting at some point.
Dude, he's lost every challenge single-handedly. He's so bad.
And I would say, despite all that,
the right way though. He somehow that would make him stay on the show longer.
He's at least done with the team challenges now, probably though.
Yeah, now now you have no reason to vote him out.
Right.
Yeah. Really, why would you ever vote out Cedric?
That's a great point.
I'm pro Cedric. Can I get a Star, Cedric?
No.
Who else do I want in that final 3?
I don't like the
last season.
Mary? Mitch?
Mary?
I feel like you're mocking Star by putting her in the same breath as Cedric. I don't like that.
Because I want Star to win.
That's a good point.
Okay. All right.
So we almost had that last season, 2 goats and then an easy winner. We were very close to that. But I mean, there's so many. We did it 2 episodes ago. There's only 3 people who can win. Everybody else we gave a 0% to.
Let's break that down. So I would say Say won't win.
Say
won't win.
Cedric won't win. Chrissy won't win.
Who was the second person you said?
I said Say, Cedric, and Chrissy won't win.
Right.
We
nailed Charity. We knew she wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
I don't think Eva can win. I don't think Joe can win.
Eva can win.
No.
Even Joe, they're too they're not. People aren't going to want to go to the end with them.
I agree, but I wouldn't put a 0% chance for them.
No,
0 is a big number.
But if I'm talking about people with most likely chance to win, Kyle, Camilla, I think would be my star 2 right now.
And Shaheen?
Shaheen, Mary.
Mary's got to get in some kind of alliance. If she can get some people on her side, I think she can really do something. It's kind of obvious.
I think for probably if Star continues on the path she's on, I actually think she could have a shot. I know we're not, but she's coming off likable and she's not rubbing anyone the wrong way.
Pulled all the strings today.
pulled all the strings.
I think Camilla and Kyle have a really good shot.
Me too.
If Star can be an ally of the Man Athletic Alliance, if she can team up with them, make it a few votes, there's something to Star. I think we're onto something here.
Can somebody rally? Like, it's got to be Mitch. You mentioned this earlier. Mitch, Star, Cedric, Mary, Chrissy, and Say. I mean, that's numbers, right? Or I guess that's
an insane group to corral.
You're right. That's insane. You can do it, Mitch. You got this, buddy.
Yeah. Good luck, Mitch.
I trust you.
But yeah, if I had to do an official winner pick right now, I'm going to take Camilla.
I am. Yep. Me too.
Oh, wow.
Well, this is the non-star division, right?
Yes.
Yes. Non-star division.
Yes.
John Rich, who are you taking? Camilla?
Non-star division.
Or Mary?
Like she's the free space. She's the
right.
I'm sticking with Camilla. I said Camilla episode 1. I can't.
Wow, bad news for Camilla.
I want to pick the winner right from episode 1. That's who I want.
All 4 of us on Camilla is tough.
My backup's Mary.
I would put 0.0. I mean, we kind of covered. If I had to add a 0.0, I'm trying to think. I mean, David. I like David. He's not.
I was gonna say, can David win?
I like David. He's not.
He's dumb, man.
Yeah.
The girlfriend thing. He's not.
Can he win?
I mean, like, he can. I don't think he's gonna. Like, Cedric cannot. Cedric cannot win.
What was David's tweet the other day?
David does
made me really think he didn't win $1 million. Had something.
Yeah, like David does strategy. He's funny. They like him. He can win individual immunity challenges. It's not crazy.
No, it's not crazy, but I would probably say he doesn't win.
I'm with you. But like, if we're gonna pull someone out of 0.0, it's him.
Yeah, fair.
Probably.
Who's your Slay Queen Motherquake of the week?
I mean, it's Star. We could almost rename that the Star Award, and you can't give it to Star. But I mean, she motherquaked her tail off this week. I mean, with the feast, like telling everyone who's going home, and then calming down Cedric. Even early in the episode, when she was like singing when the boats were coming in, the merge boats were coming in, she was singing like Star motherquaked as much as one can motherquake.
How about the end at Tribal when she throws the pens?
Yeah. How do we almost forget to mention that?
You're right. I just opened up Twitter, and on the little explore side where it tells you what's trending, it says Star Toomey's kindness highlighted in Survivor 48.
Go Star. Love that.
Let's go.
Let's see if there's any good Star updates from that Twitter account.
No, they were pumped.
Well, this is their Christmas. This is a great day for that account.
Teeny's furious that we're a Teen Motherquake podcast now. I'll tell you that. She didn't see that coming.
No.
Is there anybody else who Motherquake tonight that we could give a shout out to?
I mean, say swooping in for that reward.
Yeah, I mean, Mary for the shimmy through the mud. That was Motherquake-esque.
Yeah.
They also, Motherquake from Cedric bawling his eyes out. That was, I was like, hey, have emotions, queen. Go off. So, pretty good Motherquake.
Jib cut. Who did everyone like? Who did you like the cut of their jib this week?
I'm going to say Eva.
Non-star division.
Yeah, non-star division, of course. Eva, she didn't panic and play her idol. I thought she might. Okay. I thought she's such a, obviously has a lot of nerves, a lot of anxiety.
That's a low bar.
It is, but she cleared it, and it shows she has more, she doesn't have Cedric level gameplay. It's above that.
Yeah.
Give her a little credit.
I'll give mine to Mitch. I thought that challenge was pretty impressive. Him just pulling up Cedric himself, and he kind of almost brought the puzzle back. And he was getting mad. Like I like Mitch's attitude now.
So we don't talk much about my jib cut, but he's playing a fairly strong game. Kyle, like he's building a resume sneaky quietly. He's not involved in much drama or anything that they're really showing, but like seems like he's doing everything right. Or am I missing something here?
definitely.
No, I think we've been saying. I think him and Camilla are top 2 winner.
Yeah, like Camilla, like same kind of thing. I think they're at the top for me, like for winners, not winners edit. Like they're not getting the strongest of edits. I don't feel like Kyle won immunity today. We barely even mentioned
whole episode. We're getting Thomas out basically.
Yeah. That was the Kyle. That was the Kyle and Camilla show.
Yeah,
Kyle is.
Yeah. I mean, that was last. I was saying like today we barely even mentioned him, and he won immunity. Like he's putting on a strong show. Like
was Camilla even on the screen today?
Trying to think
barely.
she did.
But yeah,
not much.
I'm gonna give my jib cut to Mary. I liked when she went through the mud. I thought that was cool. I liked when she was afraid to see Say again. I like when she called Charity a turtle. I like Mary. I quite frankly like the cut of her jib, and that's what the award is.
That's a good person to give the award.
Last thing before we wrap up, some Survivor 50 stuff. So no cast is announced, but it's nonstop drama because Spencer had tweeted out. Raymond Spencer Raymond Bledsoe. Let me find that exact tweet. He tweeted out, who else just got cut from season 50 after being misled to, feeling like a lot, kept on ice since August. I get everyone voiced their rejection, but we have lives. Jeff Probst. I'll be producing an episode of my docu-reality series titled Healing from Survivor, focus on contestants' journeys, moving on with their lives after playing and dealing with casting and production off the island. Former survivors invited expense-free. Obviously, this on the heels of Jesse and Carolyn posting stuff last week that they were cut. Tyson then kind of mocked Spencer and was like, did anyone else just get called if they're on season 50? He's obviously not going to be on. Spencer was one of my first favorite survivors ever. He was not first favorite because I was 28, but he was one of my favorite survivors ever. He was a freshman in college when he was on, like, right as I was going into my freshman year of college. I was like, that would be so cool going into freshman year and I thought he played a good game. I feel like Survivors really broke him. I feel bad. Like I remember after he went back for second chances and he was a 0 vote finalist against Jeremy, he was kind of like, Survivor broke me, meant I need to take time away. Seems like he's living in the jungle, taking a lot of ayahuasca and stuff. I know people are saying he's posting a lot of like conspiracy theory stuff. I haven't looked into that, so I don't really know exactly what he's posting. I don't want to just.
It's just anti-vaccine. Who amongst us?
Yeah, I mean, listen. I don't want to label him as a conspiracy theorist as crazy before I look into what he's saying. But, it does seem like you're doing ayahuasca in the jungle. I feel bad. It feels like Survivor. And I think someone said his dad might have passed too. I don't know if that's true. I don't look that up. But it sucks. I love Spencer. I'd love to see him play again. But, I feel like we would see a very different Spencer than the nerdy 18-year-old we saw in Cagayan.
Bro, can I say this? I'm friends or friendly with a guy who won Canada Big Brother, and he was in the house for 49 days. And that doesn't include like when they take you beforehand. Like he was just isolated for forever. And he said he needed like intense therapy after that. So I'm surprised we don't see more stories of people who are broken brain from Survivor. Like 39 days. Tommy, you did Surviving Bar, so Clemmer, you did it. That was with technology and food and cots and air conditioning and all that. And it still like breaks people's brains. And that's like a week. I can't imagine.
Surviving Barstool broke my brain more than Solitary did.
Yes. Because you're just constantly worried and
constantly like,
I remember Survivor 2, but it was really the most dangerous game show for me because we were in like the wild for 5-6 days. And like, I remember I got back and I was like watching Ted Bundy documentaries. I was like, I gotta manipulate some more people psychologically. It almost did the opposite for me. It unlocked a real killer in me.
God.
That's so fucking funny.
Like 4 dead girls.
Most people come back like, I want to be a better person. I don't want to lie anymore.
Yeah, no.
Tommy's like, must kill.
How do I murder these people now?
Yeah, how do I go from killing people on the show to really killing people? And I did see something that said, I don't know the exact quote, but it was like Jeff handpicked one person to be on the show or to be on season 50. And it was like $1 million, like million fans, something like that. And people are like, oh my God, is it fucking Banu? Because Banu had the 1 million hearts thing. Remember pathetic Banu from like 2 seasons ago? Like people are thinking it's going to be Banu because of the million puns.
if Banu made it over like so many of the legendary players, I almost kind of respect. It's almost like the biggest fuck you.
They would vote him out so hard the first episode.
I might go back and watch our podcast, not the show, our podcast about him. I think I never hated anybody more than when he was sobbing in the jungle talking about, I want to make friends and I'd rather make 1,000,000 hearts than 1,000,000. Like, I was so disgusted by him. There's no, like, imagine Tony looking at Banu like we're not playing the same game, buddy. Tommy, there's no way.
I don't know. I'm looking at a bunch of different. He's not. There's like people predicting. Nothing's official yet. Amanda Kimmel seems to be a popular one to be back. Christian from David vs. Goliath seems to be popular. Jonathan, you'll like that. A lot of people are thinking Jonathan's going to be back. Davey, I liked him in season 37. Sean Rector, we talked about. Devins is probably a lock to be back. This list has Q, but at this point it's all speculation until we actually know.
So when will 49 air? Like after football or during football?
49 will air in September of 2025. 50 won't air until this time next year.
Okay, that's the important part, is that you're not doing football when 50's on.
Correct.
That's important.
But 50 will tape in June-ish. So, like, we'll know the 50 cast because that guy Redmond, Inside Survivor, Martin Holmes, Redmond, whatever his name is, he always has the cast. And people said he might have it, but he doesn't leak it until the show starts filming so that it doesn't impact, like, I guess, people seeing who's on and stuff.
Yeah. But that's good news. Like, we'll be every Wednesday during 50.
Yeah. And, like I said, I think we'll actually know that cast probably within a month or two, which will be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got. Like, subscribe. You guys got anything else?
We didn't mention it is World Autism Day today.
Oh.
I saw that earlier. I was like, damn, Survivor just started started the season a week later.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you had that episode from last week aired tonight.
Surprised they didn't.
Yeah.
I'd also just like to say thank you to Star.
Thank you, Star.
Thanks, Star.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Love you, Star.
All right. See you guys next week.
Peace.